Hello, welcome to my channel. It's chickens this year. And we gave this rooster to my grandson. And if I can link the video, I'll try to do that. It was hilarious.
Run back this way. Is Eric still here?
But this rooster just did not like him. And it got a little aggressive with me. I thumped it in the head. And it kind of acted like nothing happened. But, what's really interesting is they're making a weird noise. Oh, of course they're not doing it because I'm talking. Almost sounded like a purring, ticking sound. And I'm not sure if it was a rooster. They're all silkies in that pen right there, in that coop. I put those containers, you see on the right side, because they were nesting underneath over there on the ground, and I wanted them to nest in the nesting area that's above. Management. I needed to make another panel and just put it down there so it didn't look like that. And those girls are digging a hole underneath that table. You see the two bricks? They almost dug underneath that 2x2. And I came up with another idea, a better way to do the doors that open up here and here on the sides. And I'm going to do a frame, use one of the frames, 2x2 frames, and inside that put a door, so that way when they're hung, because sometimes there's issues with them fitting just right and closing, opening and closing, and I had to use a planer on that door to make it work because that wood that's not painted swelled. And everything's getting painted now with the coops that I'm selling. Here's some images of those. And I'm using secondhand and odd stuff from my coops now that I've pretty much figured out how I want to do this. But the ones I'm selling, there seems to be interest, but no one's, no one's coughed up the 50% deposit or coughed up the whole amount for the ones that's already built and ready to sell. But that's okay. I'm a little wore out. Can you tell? And we got the baby chicks that the mama hen didn't adopt them, so I'm the mama, and it's been drama. Oh, so I got 8. Bought 8 of the Easter. I'm not sure if I bought Americanas or Easter eggers. I think I bought Easter eggers, and I thought they were the same things, to show my ignorance and the dangers of assuming that you know something, and you don't. And you don't ask because you don't know to ask. But, I was wondering why people were putting the EEs for Easter eggers versus, I thought they were just being lazy and didn't want to try to spell out Americana because it is an odd spelling. So when I asked, Americana is a breed. And there's two types. I think there's a South American breed that doesn't have much of a tail feathers, and when they were brought up here into North America and the United States, they bred them to have tail feathers. So I think I got all, I think they're Easter eggers. I need to verify that, and I keep forgetting to ask the person I bought them from if they were Easter eggers or Americanas. I'm pretty sure, because they all look very different, and the baby chicks look very different from each other. So I put them in there, and two of them didn't survive. One was already very much dead, and the other one I tried to revive, and no, it didn't work. So we've had them inside in the cages. Here's some images. And they're just little eating, pooping machines. So I brought the bird cage out, and because I needed to pull the drawer out, and I knew it was just going to get messy, and I knew better than to try that inside. And I should have gone to the bathroom and put them in the bathtub and did this messy chore. So I'm transferring them from one cage to another, and I had the bird cage tilted in such a way I thought they weren't going to get out, but one flew right past me. I was like, ugh. So I managed a cover on the other cage, a temporary thing, because it didn't really have a door. It was missing a door, but I rigged up something so they couldn't get past it. And I go to catch it, and I realize there's a second one out. So I was like, okay, so I caught the first one. And then when I tried to catch the second one, it ran underneath one car. Then it ran into underneath the next vehicle. And then it ran over and went in underneath our camper. And I'm trying to chase it. I mean, it's fast. Okay, yeah, I'm getting old. My reflexes, and I was trying to be careful because I didn't want to kill it trying to catch it. So, anyway, my husband comes out. We can't find it. I walk way over because as fast as it was going, flying, running thing that it was doing, I mean, it was flapping. It was fast. I thought for sure. It was really bizarre because the last time I saw it, it went behind a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket. And I came up, I'm keeping an eye on it, and I've got a pool noodle in my left hand and a fish net thing that I use to catch the chickens with in my right hand. And I'm going over. I'm not going to go around. I'm trying to see where it's at before I make any moves and position anything. And I look, it's gone. I don't see it. It is just gone. I'll look all over. I have images of a snake getting it and pulling it back to wherever it was. And I can't hear anything. It's not chirping. It's not doing anything. And I'm just so upset. And I'm thinking, it's going to show up. It's going to show up. It doesn't show up. We get some stuff done, and it gets dark. I put a lamp out near where it was last seen, hoping that it'll be drawn to the light and warmth because it was going to get cold. It was by itself. It was only 10 days old at the oldest. And I'm thinking, it's all by itself. It's a stupid little chick. They die, in the most bizarre, stupid ways because they have no sense. So I didn't have much hope. And I know my husband's thinking, yeah, you're getting slow, girl. I know he was thinking it. He confessed he did. He was thinking it. But I come out here the next afternoon. It's been 20 hours since this thing's gotten loose. I'm out doing my chicken chores. I'm listening to my audio tape as normal, and I hear chirping. And I'm thinking, I'm just imagining it because I've been hearing it in the house with the ones that we've got inside. So I turn off the audiobook, and sure enough, I hear it, and I kind of, focus on where I think the sound's coming from, and there it is, and it takes off and runs underneath the camper again. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to try this by myself. So I went and got my husband. I said, it's still alive. And he said, see, I told you not to give up hope. And he was like, yeah, real excited. He was on his way out when I went in to get him. So it was like, he said he just had a feeling that he needed to come out and check again. And I was able to point out, there it is, it's alive, and point out exactly where it was. And I'm going way around on the other side because I don't want it to go further away from the house. I want it, if it's going to run, I want it to run it back toward our home. So my husband goes, and it evades him twice. I mean, he's like right on top of it, and it flies down. It flies down and drops off this ledge. Just comes down there, and it starts flapping over here. And I'm thinking, oh great, because I'm coming around this side. And I'm thinking, okay, good, it's going to be trapped over here and we'll be able to get it. No. It runs right through here and comes up between the tree and the step, and it goes up that step. And my husband, by this time, he's over here. Gotta watch my steps, I don't trip on the stuff over here. It goes up here and starts coming over here. My husband tries to net it. It jumps down and it disappears. And he's like, what the heck? He really flipped out. And I had raked over here. It got up here, got up there. And my husband's standing over there, and he tries to net it. It drops. And I was coming around from this angle. If I'd still been on that side or up top, I would not have seen it flap over and go right into that crevice right behind where that leaf is showing. Here's an image. I thought it was in the leaves, and I was like, just hold still. And I took a picture. I took that couple of pictures of it, and it went in there and it held still. Yeah, you can see it because I got it centered and you can see it. But if you didn't know to look there, you would have been looking in the leaves for it. But it held still, and we're calling it Speedy now. So we have one named bird in our flock. And that was way more drama. I mean, I felt so bad. I had all these images of that thing dying from the cold, just slowly going into hypothermia. Because until they're feathered out, they need to have some sort of heat source. But it must have found some place that it was able to snuggle up and keep itself warm through the night and the dark, and then survive the morning. And we have cats. We have 2 outdoor cats that was over here. In fact, when we were first searching for it, one of them came out, and we were worried it would get interested and find the chickie before we did. But anyway, I just felt really bad. And my husband then was like, okay, it was fast. It was really fast. He's a lot more coordinated than me too, so it wasn't my uncoordinated ability that messed it up. So now they're all back in there. I moved them. I put them into another cage. I need to clean the bird cage again. And I did it all inside because it was going to get loose. It was going to be inside. But I locked myself out. My husband and son went somewhere on an errand for me, actually. They're driving an hour away to pick up my, swap out one of my china cabinets. And yes, you heard me right. I said one. I've got 3 actual china cabinets and several other cabinets for all my dishware because I'm into that. But anyway, my brother, my younger brother, inherited my mom's house, our mother's house, and all the stuff in it. He was supposed to kind of share things out, but he decided he liked my china cabinet that I had over here better, which works out because I wouldn't have room for both of that one and the one that we're getting. But I just have some good memories of my mom's china cabinet, which is I'll probably make another video of that. But I had to unload it, so my dining room table and containers and stuff I had to rearrange it so that they could move the cabinet out and get all the stuff out of it. There was some stuff in the bottom. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about those. I need to use it because I do believe in, you know, fine china, dishware, and using it. Don't make it just a part of your decorations. I think it's very important. I was able to buy several sets, yes, you heard that right too, several sets of fine china that some woman hoarded and saved and was too scared to use in case something happened to it. So anyway, I think I talk about that in another video, but anyway, so they left, and as soon as I stepped out of the house and closed the door behind me, I was like, I don't have my house keys. And I turned the knob, and sure enough, it was locked. I didn't do it. My husband did that before he left and just didn't shut the door. And if I'd have unlocked the door and walked out, I wouldn't have locked it. It's just a bunch of things. I can blame him. So I'm going to. It's been a crazy past few weeks, and this past week I think I've just been kind of catching my breath and fighting off something. And started raking over here, cleaning off this concrete pad, because I think it'd be nice for me to build a structure on here if I have extra time and money for the materials, or if I can get some used, cheaper stuff, I'll do that. But anyway, I'm getting congested because all this pollen just came back up. But I'm still gonna finish it, and I'll just take some Benadryl when they get here. And I don't have my cell phone. I don't have. There is a window that's open. I guess I could mess up the screen and climb my way through that, but I decided, nah. I did my chicken chores, collected some eggs. I got an incubator. I'll make a video about that by itself. I won't add it to this. So I need to clean up that whole area and finish. I got some drawers. I got so much stuff going on. It's more projects than I've got time or energy for it. And this week I feel really slack, even though I still got a lot of stuff done. Oh, I'm getting so congested. That pollen's hitting now. Man. Just holding your breath until it settles doesn't work. But the chicks are feathering out nicely. And I'm going to incubate silky eggs mainly and Easter eggers. So I got two, I'm pretty sure they're Americana hens that I got last year. I thought they were Americanas. They might be Easter eggers too. I don't know. But anyway, I've got a Americana. That's what she said they were, but he might be an Easter egg or rooster. It's confusing. I need to take a look and see exactly what makes an Americana. But in that one right now, and they're not staying in there, it's just chicken drama. Over here, there's 3 Rhode Island Reds and 2 Americana or Easter eggers. I'm not sure which. The super coop that I sold, here's a picture. Well, this is in the back of a business. It's a licensed business building, and it's in the back fenced-in area that they have behind their building. And they were told no, because it's not a residential, because it's a commercial property. They cannot have chickens there, even though there's nothing in the regulations doesn't stipulate a difference between residential and commercial. They just said no, it's just only for residential. So gifting her those 3. They just started laying. They're a year old, and they just started laying nice little, on the small side, small to medium eggs right now. And I gifted her that along with the coop. It was her birthday when she bought the coop, and she, took a risk and she bought my first coop. So when they're gone, I'm going to redo some of the stuff. Put the 2 Americana or Easter eggers into another area, and I'm going to clean that out and make some changes. Make changes to the 2 doors. I don't like this. That was my prototype of using the flashing, and I can only find the 20-inch wide ones versus now I've got 24-inch wide ones. But that's what I could find locally, and I wanted to try it out with a small roll before I ordered these big rolls. So these are going to be for silkies. They don't need that much room, but I want the silkies trained to go into a nesting box. So when they get broody, And the nesting box are basically buckets with a whole little archway on the side and a lid. And this way I can lift them up. And Lowe's bucket with the Home Depot lid, that's what that is. It's got a hole on the other side that you can go in and get broody or lay eggs in. That's her nesting box, and that works fine for the silkies, but it doesn't work well with the bigger chickens because it's just, I don't think they like the size. I've not had that one has a Easter egger with the brown. The brown one's a rooster and a white hen and an Easter egger hen. And I'm not sure if he's doing his business with her. I'm hoping he is. I would like to intermix the Easter eggers with the silkies and see what comes out. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway. So, another experiment that I'm into. And the incubator has one of her eggs, the Easter egger. And if I've heard other people, I'm not even going to candle, I'm just going to do it. It's it's not taking up much of a footprint, much of a space on the counter. And I'm going to put some more silky eggs in there from any of these silky hens that I've got. I don't have, I'm in the process of talking to somebody, we're just trying to get the logistics of her, she's not close by, and trying to find a place we can meet up and swap. And she's got a white silky rooster that I'd like to get and add him so that I can have 3 separate silky flocks. And of course he's just going to be with a couple of the white girls here. And I've got a solid black silky hen there, and she just started laying eggs. And he's a pretty rooster. Partridge, I believe they're called. Both of my silky roosters are partridges, I believe. Isn't he pretty? Yeah, he's not quite. Yeah, it's that fast, even if they do it, but I don't think he did it. So I need to I'm going to add another super coop over there. And I'm going to take that apart again and reconfigure that. I just don't like it. It's got too many issues, and I'm going to use a different type of roof. And those metal roof panels up there, I'll use them for ours and not the flashing. So anyway, I'm just rambling now. Thanks for staying with me if you stayed to the end. Be a blessing and be blessed.